Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Barber series. I'm coming to you from our newly refurbished barbershop studio. We've made some improvements to the last one and we'll be working on some camera techniques to make things more cinematic as we take you guys through tips and tricks for facial hair care. In the first part of this video we're covering Darkian, who's got a patchy beard. He's got actually a patch underneath his chin here. Patchy beards is a huge issue. In fact, we've written a whole blog post just on that topic, which I'll leave a link to in the description. Depending on where the patches are, there's either a lot you can do or almost nothing you can do. It's going to vary from person to person. We're going to deal in this video with this specific type of patchiness around the neck area, but there are other areas we'll cover in future videos. So for anyone's wondering how to deal with patchy beards, stay tuned for that. In the second part of this video we're covering Fernando, who just came in with a bowl cut. His beard was out of shape. And the transformation from when he started to when he finished is absolutely phenomenal to see, just with the tidy up of the hair and shaping that beard in the right way, optimizing his look and giving him heaps of confidence, which you'll see later in the video. So without further ado, we'll crack on with Darkian first and we'll come back later to see Fernando. Alright Tom, we've got Darkian here today. He's got awesome hair. We're not really going to touch that, but we're going to do a bit to his beard. What have you got planned?
Yeah, so the hair's good. He wants to keep it nice and curly, so we'll leave that today. With the beard, we're just going to neatly take the ends off. I'll show you a little freehand clipper technique. We're going to sharpen up all along the cheek line, take the mow off the lip. Also underneath his chin there is a bit of a patch here that doesn't grow as well, so I'll show you where to create that line, and I'll taper that down and make it nice and sharp and shave that clean with the razor. Now before clippering down the beard, I'll just be using a bit of Milkman beard oil. This helps soften the beard hair and makes it a lot easier to cut and run through with the clippers. Before cutting it, just giving it a slight comb. I have the 1.5 guard on. I'll then reverse the clipper and bring it down so we're not taking off too much length, but just all those hairs that tend to poke out. I'll then put the number 1 on and go down just to taper in the sideburn. Now that all the loose hairs have now been taken in, the beard's looking a lot more neater. The next step, I'll be reclining the chair back, taking the clipper quite high, following the jawline nice and sharp, and getting rid of that patch through there. Using the mirror to find the middle point. Start with creating one line in the middle, tapering down the edge so there's no overhang of hair. And we'll follow that jawline straight across. And then same again on the other side. Taper down the hair first, and then create the line. Notice how I'm always combing the beard to make sure that there's going to be no long hairs that were tangled up in there. That'll make the beard uneven. Combing the hair to the side, sharpening up along the ear. And same on this side. Before shaving under the neckline with the razor, I'll just recline his head and straighten up the cheek. Now there's already a natural line there, so we'll just follow that. We won't carve too much out of it. I can see that natural line along there. I'll just position the clipper to bring it down there. The mow, we've got good length over it, so really I'll just be tidying it up and taking it off the lip. Remembering never to go too high as it looks out of proportion. With cheeks, I always recommend a nice round curve. Never to square it off. Never to go too low. You want a natural, so that way 2 days later when it grows out, you don't see a step in between hair. It's a nice natural finish. Just grooming the hair up and tightening all those softer hairs that fall down. Once we are happy with the shape of the beard, we are now ready to shave it. So I'll just get that gentleman to pop his head back. Before I tackle this with the razor, there's no better shaving gel than the Milkman Clear Shave Gel. I'll put a bit of this on. This is very handy. It helps me see what I'm doing, creating new lines and stuff like that. Very helpful. You can see which way the hair grows. Taking in note that the hair is growing up to about midway. So always starting, keep the skin tight and glide up. With the cheek, I'll be razoring to where we created that line with the trimmer. Again, like I said, a nice seam motion and just keeping a natural line, not taking too much hair out. And as you can see, it doesn't look like he has a patch of hair through here. It looks like it's all cut nice and sharp and even. Now that all the neckline is cleanly shaved and the cheeks, we'll be using a bit of Milkman aftershave. This will just stop any irritation and razor burn. And the last step, which is very important into keeping a well-groomed beard, is using a bit of beard candy from Milkman. The reason I recommend this to so many people with beards is because a lot of people, when they don't put this stuff through there, the beard just looks wiry and it keeps it out of shape. This holds all the hairs in place and makes the beard look nice and shiny and clean. Alright, there you have it. We've just taken the ends off, shaped it up, clean right underneath the jawline, clean the cheek lines up, and that's a lot neater.
What do you think?
Looks really better than I thought. Could be really good, really beautiful.
Nice. And when you put your chin up, that patch, you don't really know it's there because the line's been taken up, so it just looks like that's your natural.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so
I never could do by myself that.
yeah.
Alright, dark end's done, and as you can see in the outro to that video there, just by bringing that line up we were able to completely erase any evidence that there was a patch there. For Darkian to maintain that look at home, all he needs to do is get a single edge straight blade razor and some shave gel or cream and just maintain that line. Every time he goes to his barber, he can then get that reed lined up so it's perfect. But in between times, maintenance is actually pretty straightforward, and it's going to give him a much better look than what he had before. Next up, we've got, as I said before, Fernando. Watch what he was like from when he started and to when he finished, and we'll come back at the end of the video and discuss what happened with his styling. Okay, Tom, we got Fernando in today. What are we going to do?
So today with Fernando's hair, we'll just be doing a nice classic cut, bit of a pompadour on the top, a little bit of a fade up the side. With his beard, we'll be going to number 3 over it, tidying up the line, sharpening it up, keeping a bit more of a fuller moustache, tidying up under the neckline, shaving that clean with the razor. That's about all. Alrighty, now that the hair is done, next step is the beard. With the beard, we want to match it up with the haircut. So we want to go for more a classic sort of looking beard. We don't want to go too modern style, no points. We want to go a nice fade through the sides. I want to fade this one quite low, so it all blends in with the haircut. Keep the bottom a little bit longer. We'll probably be taking a number 3 over this and really sharpen those lines up. Alright, so before we clip it down the beard, we'll just be using some King of Woods Milkman beard oil. Put the beard oil in first. Softens the beard up, makes it a lot easier to cut with the clippers. Always the first step in making sure the beard cuts properly is combing it. Always want to get all those knots out before running the clippers through it. Once the beard is all cut down to one length, we'll then begin to fade it in. This one I'm going to do quite a lower fade to really enhance the bottom of the beard. From the bottom of the ear, I'll angle it towards the face shape, starting with 0, and we'll work our way down longer till we get to a number 3 down the bottom. Next step, we'll be going 1.5, blending it down into the beard. Then using the 0.5 and blending it down so we get that nice fade. Once we're happy with the fade of the beard, next step is to line out the cheekbone. I'll be trying to keep this one as high as I possibly can, with still showing a nice distinct hairline. Once we're happy with how the cheek has come out, we'll then work towards underneath the chin. With this gentleman, I'll be taking his beard line up a little bit higher because the beard is a little bit shorter. I'll then bring it nice and sharp and walk down towards the middle, both sides creating a nice crisp and sharp hairline. When I'm doing the lines, I always use a mirror just to check, make sure it's even on both sides. That way he doesn't have a crooked neckline. Alright, once we're happy with the line out of the beard, next step is to shave it with the razor. Now this gentleman has quite long hair underneath his chin. So before putting the shave gel straight on, I use a bit of shave oil. Shave oil helps soften the hair before the gel hits it. So when the hair is longer, this is extremely good because it stops the razor from pulling. Once the oil is applied to the areas we want to shave, use a shave gel. Now the shave gel is applied to the area that we're going to shave. I can see the growth, there's a bit of a swell there. So I'll go up with it and then come down. Always before shaving, take note of which way the hair grows, because if you go against it, you're just going to cause rash and irritation.
So you're shaving with the grain or against the grain? How does it work? What direction do you choose?
When shaving with the gel, I always shave with the grain, never against the grain. Always causes rash and irritation. Once you've shaved with the grain, you can go against it, but for the first shave, always with the grain. Now once under the chin's all clean, next is along the cheek. technique I use is just going to the sharpest point on the one side. Again, just using the mirror, making sure each line's even underneath. Beautiful. To stop any type of rushing and irritation after shaving, it's essential to always use aftershave. Helps moisturise the skin and stop any redness that the razor caused. Now to finish off the service, always using a bit of Milkman beard candy. This just helps keep all the wiry ones in place of the beard. Stops anything from poking out. So for this haircut and beard trim, we've used the Milkman beard oil before cutting it. Afterwards, we've used the shave gel to shave all the lines, get it nice and sharp. And then we have used the beard candy to hold everything in place. There you have it, guys, haircut, beard trim.
And Fernando's done, and look, I've built it up so you already know, but let me show you the before picture and the after picture. Just a phenomenal difference in a basic hairstyle, taking the edges of the sides and the beard down and tapering it in, completely changed his look. This particular style is perfect for someone like Fernando, who's actually got more of a round face, much like myself. Bringing in the edges and tapering the beard helps to elongate the face and gives him a much better look. And you can just see it in his eyes. If you compare again that before picture to the after picture, just that look of comfort and confidence that a good styling gives is really amazing. And that's what we're all about here at Milkman. So that's it for this video, guys. I'll leave the Instagram handle for Ton the Barber down below if you want to go follow him on Instagram. All the products mentioned in this video are also in the description. We'll see you in the next video where we're going to cover some more beard styling and a clean shave. There's plenty of tips and tricks to come, so stay tuned and we'll see you in the next one.